What up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. She is the former UFC women's flyweight champion fighting Alexa Grasso for a third time eventually. But first, they coach The Ultimate Fighter Season 32 premiering on June 4th. Valentina Shevchenko, how are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. Now, before we get to Tough and the fight, there's another rivalry that's been brewing for you. I saw that you're in Las Vegas right now, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I know that Sean Strickland invited you to go to the firing range with him sometime. Has that happened or will it happen?
Oh, it was not he's invited me to the shooting range. It was a challenge because he was wrong. He started to say like inappropriate word. And I said like, okay, you feel that strong and confident. Let's find out who is number one.
Okay. Well, I hope I'd put my money on you, Valentina,
Of
candidly,
course,
but
of
yes,
course.
there's a reason you're nicknamed the Bullet. Now we have, the Ultimate Fighter coming up, and usually that sort of precedes a fight between the two coaches. I know a lot of fighters aren't willing to admit this, but when I've ever talked to a fighter who's done like three back-to-back fights against the same opponent, when it's done, they're like so relieved that they can stop thinking about that person, stop training for that person. For you, how does it feel still having to think about and prepare for Alexa Grasso for the third consecutive time now?
Oh, I've been in martial arts in the fighting business for so long time. So for me, it doesn't make any other sense that it's going to be one opponent or another opponent.
Mm.
But from other side, it's kind of like, going back from our previous fight when it's resulted in a draw. It's kind of like a little bit frustrating because of you perform yourself, you do everything to win the fight, and it's enough to win the fight, but because of someone who like judging, it's kind of like one-sided and put on the risk his like professionality in the
Mm.
sport, being like qualified for the judging like title fights, and gives this like 10-8, and it's kind of like resulting in a draw. It's nonsense, and this is the most frustrating in the fighting business. But yeah, it's kind of like I pass it. We cannot do anything. It's already happened, and just looking straight ahead and focusing on what is coming next.
I know that's like a complaint that a lot of fighters and fans have. For you, what would you like to see change when it comes to MMA judging, whether that's like education or accountability? Like, what would you like to see to make this less of a problem in the future?
I would say for me, it's looks like kind of like personal thing maybe because it's in this a special fifth round to put 10-8. It has to be something more than like a person see me winning the fight and like no way, I cannot let it happen. So it's for me, it's something personal. I don't know why. I don't know this judge. I don't know how even he looks like, but looks like he has something against me.
Which fight do you think will happen first? Grasso versus Shevchenko 3 or McGregor versus Chandler?
Oh, it's interesting question, and I'm not against the idea to have it like both in the one event.
Ooh, I like that. I like
So
that.
the fans gonna be happy and like everything gonna go in the right schedule.
I know sometimes you kind of alluded to it. It can be kind of a concern when fighters are fighting in an arena or a location where their opponent is very beloved by the fans. You people worry sometimes that like all the oohs and the ahs might sway the judges. If you had it your way, would the rematch take place at Noche UFC again, or do you want it maybe somewhere a little more like even?
Oh, I think in that would be fair, as we already fought in like Noche UFC, and we already had this experience to have already like something like toward my side as well. Because even now, kind of like I see there is a Mexican fighter on the roster, but there is no Kyrgyzstani fighter on the roster, like no fighter from Kyrgyzstan. So I think that it would be fair to have like one for her, one for me, not only one-sided.
All right. Do you now? I'm guessing you probably can't share it, but do you know when the fight is gonna be? Is that something you can start preparing for?
No, no, still nothing. Even I would know it. It's nothing certain. I focus right now on the tough, coaching tough, and like make my team as a winner. I have huge support from the assisted coaches. I have my coach Pavel Fedotov. I have like all my trainer like partners who are coaching, who are owners of their own gyms. I have international coaches coming from
Mm.
Argentina, from Lebanon. So I have this all amazing team who's gonna support me in this stuff. So yeah, just like giving everything for the guys who are gonna compete in Tough 32 and make them winners.
Um, Heading into this tough season, at the moment, what would you say is your greater career rivalry? Alexa Grasso or Amanda Nunes?
I would say it's hard to say, but I still think Amanda. And if you are thinking me, if you are asking me about tough, before I was thinking it's gonna be most likely me and Amanda.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's happening me and Alexa, so I'm not against it either.
What do you think the energy and the tough environment is going to be like? You know, some days the coaches are very respectful, other seasons there's a bit of a rivalry. What sort of energy are you expecting during this process?
From me or from her?
Whatever, in total.
For me, it's kind of like a new experience of this reality. I did participate in reality show, but it was slightly different when I was in Peru. It's kind of like was completely different. I was performing there, and I don't know. I just can say about myself. I am a very martial artist. I am not the person who's gonna bring the bad energy into the show. I'm very positive person. I'm not focusing on hate. I'm focusing on like just giving good energy. And I can say about myself, I don't know what is her idea.
I guess we'll find out as we begin to wrap up here. And I want to first say I am in no way suggesting that you should retire, but seeing Amanda Nunes retire and now Joanna go into the Hall of Fame, people that you've shared the cage with, did it ever make you sort of reflect on your own career and what you still want to accomplish in this sport?
In the entire my career, I saw so many fighters who
Mm-hmm.
I fought with in the same time retired. Then the new comes and we fought the same time, the same period. Then they are retired. Then comes the new ones. So I used to see it. I used to see a lot. And I congratulate every single fighter, Amanda, Joanna, with her recent Hall of Fame introduction. And I think they are well deserved to like what they are receiving after their retirements now. And yeah, but I can say about myself, I'm not ready yet.
Right on.
I
I'm
still
glad to hear
have
that.
way more to give to the fans.
Nice. I'm sure the fans are happy to hear that. As we begin to wrap up here, I just want to ask you some questions away from the fights and tough. First, what is the hardest you've ever been hit in your career? Because thus far, the chin has held up great.
I would say the fight, and it's kind of like I cannot say it's a hit from my opponent. It's kind of like combination, her hit and my defense. And it was the kick from Amanda Nunes that
Mm.
is in our second fight in the first round that it forced my finger dislocate all the way back.
Oof.
That's why it was kind of like hard for me to fight in the first round because first of all it was like all the way other side and I was afraid to show referees that I have to fix
Yeah.
it because he said in the beginning like before the fight started he said like if it's gonna happen and I don't know why he said that if it's gonna happen I will stop the fight and like so yeah and in my mind I cannot let it happen so I would say it's combination of heat and defense, but it forced like a slight changing in my finger.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, and that's very weird with the referee there. Now, I think you are probably one of the best fighters to take into a zombie apocalypse. You know, you can definitely shoot some zombies' heads off. Which three other fighters would you bring with you if you had to survive the zombies?
So we have to choose skillful of shooting, right?
Whatever you think will get you far.
Whatever. um, what? Who? I would take John Jones because he's a good shooter as well. I have to have three, right?
However many you feel like, whatever's easy for you.
So I would take it has to be UFC fighters or like whoever.
You know what, Valentina? Wherever you're going with this, I'm with you.
I would take Joanna
Okay.
and I would take Bailey.
Okay, I like that answer. Jan Blahovic once told me you always take someone slower than you, so they get eaten before you do.
No,
So
no, no, no.
that's
I take the maybe he has this mindset, but I take someone with a good skill, with a good reaction, and the champion's mindset that we've seen something unexpected and something like scary. They're not gonna run away. They're gonna force it and make your team as a winner. Yep.
perfect. And the last thing here before I let you go, we know that you're a very talented dancer. We only have a couple minutes left on the Zoom call before it shuts down, so I'm just gonna see how far we get here. I'm gonna show you some fighters and just rate their dancing skills on a scale of 1 to 10 for me, okay? Michelle Pereira at 299 this past weekend.
Oh, he's good. Oh, he's 10. He's definitely 10.
Perfect. Look at that. Good start here. Israel Adesanya.
Oh, it's unfair. Definitely 10. And I saw its performance and it's so good.
Were you there live?
No, I was not live, but I saw it on TV. Yeah. Both are 10.
Or actually, what about this Anderson Silva walkout?
Oh my God. You're making so hard for me to judge. Anderson Silva 10, of course 10.
10. I love to hear that. Valentina, we're running out of time here. I'd like to leave you with the last word. If there's anything you want to tell your fans ahead of Tough, the floor is yours, my friend.
Just enjoy this show, and I hope it's going to be the best season from all seasons.